Hi, welcome back to Musicians Edition Practice With Me for Alto Saxophone. I'm your teacher, Reesa, and today we're working in the Standard of Excellence Book 2, and today we're on page 13. Now, this is a pretty important lesson today because we're going over a new time signature, and I've learned recently that there's a lot of people who haven't learned cut time and what it really means, so we're gonna make sure that we go over this and really understand it, okay? So, first thing we're looking at is our time signature. Look at the box up above, okay? And if you wanna learn more about this time signature just in particular, you can check that out here. I'll bring that back up too. Okay, so anywho, this time signature looks like the C and it's got the line through it. This is most commonly known as cut time. They also say a la breve, but let me tell you, I've never heard anybody call it that. So it's most commonly known as cut time. And what does it mean? So it basically cuts everything in half. So normally we have 4/4, right? The C means common time, 4/4. Now we're cutting that in half. So now it's 2/2. So what does that mean now? Okay, we're gonna get 2 beats in our measure, just like we do with 2/4. 1, 2, 1, 2. But the bottom number, now that it's changing to 2, that means the half note now gets 1 beat. That means all our note values have changed. Okay, so look at the example. Okay, so when it's written cut time, it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. Okay, it is equivalent to, look at the example down below, which is 2/4, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. Okay, I know that's a little confusing right now, but maybe if we hear it. So let me play those examples, okay? So this is 2/4. This is what we normally know things as, okay? So read that bottom example there. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, now look at the example right above it. It's that cut time one, so everything's in half, okay? 1, 2. So they sound exactly the same, but they're written differently, all because of the time signature. All right, we'll go over it a little more as this lesson goes on, and hopefully it starts to click a little bit more. Like I said, if you want to learn more in depth about it, you can check it out here. Okay, so let's take a look at our exercise 58. Okay, cut and paste. First, let's take a look at our key signature. What do we have going on? We have 1 sharp, F sharp. Is this major or minor, or which major and minor is this? This is G major. Perfect. Okay? And tell me about our tempo. About a moderate pace. Perfect. Now the book wants us to write in the counting and clap the rhythm before you play. That's a great idea. So why don't we take a moment to write in our counts with cut time? Okay? So go ahead and let's do that right now. Remember, half notes now get the beat, so they're worth 1. Alright, if you're still figuring it out, pause the video and then start the video once you have it written in. If you have it written in, let's check it out, okay? So let's do this together. Ready? I'm going to give us 1, 2, 1, 2, in. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 1, 2, and 1. Rest. 1, and 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? So, why was it those counts? Remember, everything's in half. So half notes are 1. Okay? So in your book, make sure that they're all worth 1. 1, 2, okay? Measure 3, it's worth 1. That also means when we have that half note and the half rest, It's on for one, off for one. Okay? That also means our quarter notes are now cut in half. That's why they're 1 and 2 and. Okay? They're now equivalent to eighth notes. Okay? The whole note is now worth 2 beats because 2 beats are only allowed in a measure. Okay. So let's give this a try. First we'll do it without the metronome and then we'll do it with the metronome, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Did you catch that repeat? Great job if you did. If you didn't, don't worry about it. It's all good. We'll hit it next time. Okay, so now we're going to hit it with the metronome because it's going to take a little more thinking power now. Okay, so a lot of people, particularly beginners, when they see cut time, when you're working with the band, it's a little bit easier. You can still treat it like 4/4, you just have to count double the time, but that gets a little harder on down the road, okay? Because it's almost like you're playing double the pace. But anywho, I don't want us to do that necessarily, so we're gonna learn this the right way. Okay, so let's take this down to 80. Put my metronome down for 2. Okay, so remember, it's all cut in half. That's where it's gonna take the thinking power. All right, ready? Well, let me turn this up. There we go. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent job. Does it make it easier or harder when we're doing it with the metronome? Let me know in the comments. I mean, either way, we're still gonna have to use the metronome because this is super important. Okay, let's do it one more time. Let's speed it up a little bit though. Okay, let's do it at a solid 90. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent job. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next exercise, 59. Oats, peas, and beans. All right, so let's take a look at these separately, okay? And there's a reason why. So let's first take a look at exercise A. Tell me what's in the key signature. We have no sharps, no flats, okay? Tell me about our time signature. This one is in 2/4, so with the 4 back in place on the bottom number, that means the quarter note gets the beat, so it's back to the way that we generally know it, okay? So let's go ahead and play this without the metronome real quick, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Let's go ahead and this time let's do it with the metronome. Okay, we're gonna do this at 80. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect, getting comfortable, right? Perfect, let's do it one more time. Let's speed it up a little bit. Let's just do this to 90 though, okay? Not a super fast pace song. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent job. All right, let's go ahead and move on to part B now. So our key signature is still the same, but now our time signature is that cut time. Okay, so remember, everything is in half. So if you need to take a moment to write your counts in, do so. If you feel like you're good to just go without, let's go ahead and play. All right, so let's do this without the metronome first. We'll just do it like we did with part A. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Feel and sound a little familiar? It should. All right, let's go ahead and do this with the metronome now. And remember, we're still in cut time, everything in half. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Let's do it one more time, speeding it up to 90, okay? Then we're going to play this together. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. All right, let's do this as the duet now, okay? So how about you play part A? That means your time signature is 2, 4. Quarter note gets the beat, okay? I'm going to play part B. I'm going to play in cut time, okay? Let's play it at this 90. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Whoa! We played the same thing, didn't we? We sure did, but it's not written the same way, right? So that's cut time for you, okay? All right, let's switch parts now just so you get used to reading the cut time. So I'm gonna play part A, you're gonna play part B. You are in cut time. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. All right. So it really just takes a little bit of practice and getting used to for cut time. All right. But work on it and you'll get it. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to exercise 60, the victors. Okay. Tell me about our key signature. What do we have going on? 1 sharp, F sharp. Is this major or minor? What key is this actually in? G major. Great. Okay. So this song is a little bit faster as it's allegro, okay? But it's in cut time. So if you need to write your times in, your counting in, pause the video and do that, okay? And if you're ready to go, let's just go. Okay, we do see that we have a repeat, so take note of that too. Got it this time. Okay, 60, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. All right, so let's talk about what measure is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Measure 10. We have the dotted half note and quarter. So what is that, right? So take your pencil so you can mark it. Okay, so the half note is 1 beat, right? The dot is half of that. So that puts it at 1, 2, right? And then remember that quarter note is now equivalent to the eighth note, which puts it at and. So it's 1, 2, and. Okay? 1, 2, and. 1, 2, and. Okay? And it's the same rhythm there on the, you see the second ending, second measure and the second ending. It's got the same rhythm. 1, 2, and. Okay? So make sure you mark those in. And then in the last measure, remember these are just like eighth notes, so we're going to tie into beat 1, rest on and, play on 2, rest on and. So it's like 1, 1, and 2, and. Okay? Nice and short. All right, let's play this again. Let's put the metronome on this time. Let's start it. I'm gonna meet you halfway. Let's do 85, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, perfect. Okay, let's do this one more time for good luck, and we'll do a 95, yeah. Let's do 95 at this one. I know it's a little slower on the allegro side, but it's fine. All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, excellent job. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at exercise 61, over easy. All right, so we're gonna be looking at the higher B flat. So according to the book, I learned B flat a little differently. So according to the book, we have the thumb down, right? The octave key, make it higher, index and middle. And then you remember how we have these 3 keys here at the end? We're hitting this one right here, the bottom one, okay? Go ahead and play your B flat the way the book says. Excellent. So take a look at our key signature. What do we have going on? We have 1 flat, B flat. Is this major or minor? And what key is this? F major. Okay? All right, let's look at our time signature. What is it? We're back to common time, so 4/4, the way we usually know it, okay? And andante, so a little bit slower. All right, so let's go ahead and just take a look at this without the metronome real quick, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. So playing that B flat really isn't too bad, especially when it's right next to that A, because all you're doing is putting down this key here, and you're using this part of your finger here. Don't play it like this. You're just hitting it like this. Okay, right on that part of your finger. I don't know what part that's called. If you know, also let me know in the comments. Okay, let's play this with the metronome now. So I need to change this back to 4. And we're going to take this slower. Let's do this at, let's do it at 75. 75. Okay, ready? And watch your slurring this time too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. All right, let's do it one more time, a little bit faster. Once again, watch those slurs. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. This is a really great exercise, so make sure you take a little time on that one to practice a little bit. It's just good with the B flat and those slurs, okay? All right, let's go ahead and look at our last exercise of the night, 62, go for excellence. All right, first, let's take a look at our key signature. What do we have going on? 1 sharp, F sharp. Is this major, minor? Which major or minor? What key is this? G major. Great. Take a look at your time signature. What is it? Cut time. So we're back to that 2-2. Okay? High School Cadets March. Now, the composer, John Philip Sousa, he is known most for marching band pieces, which are a lot of the times written in cut time or 2-2. Okay? That just allows for what feels like a faster tempo without it actually being a faster tempo. Okay? So, let's first take a look for any form of accidentals in here. Do you see any other accidentals? I see one kind of towards the end. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 measures towards the end. We have a C sharp. So take note of that. We can see we have a repeat in here. Where does that repeat take us to? Almost the beginning. It's measure 2, okay? We have first and second ending. We do have some dynamic work in here. Tell me about the dynamics. We're starting mezzo piano, kind of soft. And then we're going to suddenly become mezzo forte, kind of loud. And then during that time period where that C sharp is, we're going to crescendo to forte, so just a little bit louder. And then we're going to just start right back at mezzo piano. Okay? We do have some other articulations in here. Aside from that slurring, what do we have going on? What do you see that's a little different in this piece? We have tenutos written in it. Remember, that's the line that's above those notes. So look at measure 2 on that half note. Looks like these all hit on the half notes. They got the lines right above it. That's the tenuto. Remember to hold that one out at full value. Okay, so let's give this a try without the metronome real quick, and then we'll add the metronome. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. All right. So this one is going to be a little bit more challenging with it being cut time. So theoretically, there's a lot of eighth notes in here, right? Because the quarter notes are like the eighth notes. Okay? And this is what speed? Allegretto, so it's fast. All right, so let's try it with the metronome. If you struggled with just the pace we just did, make sure you take time to practice that and work your way there, because with being faster, we're gonna start faster, right? Let's start this off in 95. Okay, also take note that the first measure is actually a pickup, okay? Because that quarter note and quarter note actually equal one beat. So it's 2 and 1, 2, 2, okay? So it's gonna go 1, 2, 1, da, 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 okay? 1, 2, 1. Excellent job. All right. Hopefully that pace was okay for you. Remember, you can always slow it down. The area that might be throwing you off a little bit too is right where that C sharp is, because that's all like eighth notes, even going into it. 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and, right? Right, so that all acts like eighth notes. And the fact that it goes B, C, C sharp, E. So if you need to take a little bit of time, just do that section, you know, slow it down, speed it up, just so you can get it under your fingers. And then speed it up as you get it. Okay, so if that's an area you struggle in, just slow it down. Just take that little section, speed it up as you get it, okay? But for time's sake, we're gonna have to just speed this up. So let's do this at, oop, I need to change it, there we go. So let's do this at 105, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 1. Excellent job. I kept wanting to put an extra bar in there, so it'd be like da 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 da, but it doesn't do that. All right, so real quick before I let you go, we earned an achievement. Let's see what that is. So we're on 62. That's notes and rhythm. Most definitely indeed, we learned B flat, and with rhythm, that goes along with the key signature. Posture, make sure you're still playing with good posture, sitting up nice straight on the edge of your seat. Don't be slouching, don't cross your legs. Nice, up straight posture, feet flat on the floor. Okay, dynamics, we did do, hopefully you did dynamics on 62. If not, go through and do it again, add your dynamics. Okay, tenutos, we did the tenutos as well. And tempo, that was a lot faster, and with it being cut time, could be a little rough, but hopefully you got it. If not, just work your way there. It's all good. All right, so that concludes our lesson for today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like, notify, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our practices. Thanks for joining, and until next time.